We're standing on the banks of the Black Lagoon on the lower Detroit River, on the Trenton Channel of the Detroit River. About 10 years ago, in the Upper Great Lakes Connecting Channel study, they identified some of the areas with the highest sediment contamination on both sides of the Detroit River. The Black Lagoon, which is right behind me, had the highest acute toxicity on the whole Detroit River. As you can see, it's like a little backwater or bayou on the Trenton Channel. The waters slow down, and therefore the particles will settle out. The sediment will settle out in this lagoon. As a result, it's a depositional area for the contaminants that came from upstream chemical companies and steel companies. What we're looking at is the water, but beneath that water is the legacy of the Industrial Revolution. It has very high levels of sediment contaminants. Next year, in the year 2000, US EPA, Michigan Department of Environmental Quality, and others will be doing a sediment remediation project in Black Lagoon. They're going to remove about 30,000 cubic yards of contaminated sediment. About 5,000 cubic yards will be treated with an alternative technology. They will do an experiment on that to try to burn off the organic contaminants and lock up the heavy metals into a cement lock process that can be used as materials in construction. The balance, the 25,000 cubic yards, will be either put into an upland containment cell or put down into a confined disposal cell like at Point Moulier on Lake Erie. The total cost of this project for removal is about $1 million. The alternative technology will cost about $8 million for a total of $9 million. What we're going to be doing with the American Heritage River Initiative is looking at the feasibility of restoring this lagoon, its habitat, and its ecology. We're going to be working with the Corps of Engineers and the City of Trenton to explore changing the shoreline while we do the sediment remediation. It's a perfect opportunity to add value to a project. We're going to try to restore the aquatic community of this shoreline, to restore the littoral, that is the sort of shallow area along the shoreline, and put back some of the unique habitats for plants and animals. These sediments are heavily contaminated with persistent organic contaminants like polychlorinated biphenyls, PCBs, that are linked to the health advisories for fish for the Detroit River. There are advisories saying women and children should not eat any of certain species, and others should only eat limited quantities. What this will do will remove a mass of both persistent organic contaminants and heavy metals that contribute to health advisories in fish. The other unique thing about this project is that it'll have benefits to the property owner and to the city of Trenton. We are talking about potentially improving the aesthetic appearance of the shoreline and increasing the property value. Wouldn't it be great if from Meyer Elias Park, which is to the rear of me, could have a boardwalk and a little walkway that went out into the marsh, so kids from local schools could come out and study the Black Lagoon, learn about its ecology, and learn how they can make a contribution to restoring our river.